On YouTube, it's the Ish9 here, and I just recently got my hands on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. This is my first ever LTE watch device, and I would love to share my experience unboxing as well as utilizing this bad boy. Now, most of you already know what this device is and what it does, as Samsung is one of the two families, as I like to call them, meaning Samsung and Apple. So a vast majority of us, especially here in the States, already know what this device does, either already got our hands on it via an upgrade from the previous device if you're a Samsung user, and if not, then you've at least seen it in the stores on display. This is the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. There are two different variants of this device. You have the Samsung Galaxy 5 and the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. This is touting a larger battery, which is primarily one of the reasons why I got it. Coming from a Huawei device and a TicWatch 3 Ultra Pro, those devices get very, very good battery. On the TicWatch 3 Ultra Pro, I can get 3 days of full usage and then squeeze out another 4 days just with that, just with the digital clock running in the background. And then on the Huawei watch, the GTR 2, I was able to get upwards of about 5 to 6 days worth of usage, and I'm hoping I can at least get half that off of this Samsung watch. So we have a Super AMOLED display, a 1.4 inch in size, a 450 ppi density, a sapphire crystal glass, meaning for those of us that are thinking of using this device as a workout tool, or if you work in maybe a high contact area where your wrist could possibly be bumping into other objects, that's going to come in handy. We have the Android Wear OS 3.5 updated to the One UI Watch 4.5. That's what I'm very much so interested in using, as well as that Exynos chipset. It's been a very long time since I used a Samsung device with an Exynos chipset in it. So we have a loudspeaker attached to this device, NFC controls, Bluetooth 5.2, and a battery of 590. That is probably very big for a watch, being, as I said before, though I'm not very much so used to using watches, but it does have QI wireless charging up to 10 watts, which is a big deal. So even if this device maybe doesn't get the full usage of that larger battery, if you're utilizing it going through using maps and maybe have all kinds of social media applications, as we all use our equipment differently, times will vary between individual to individual. Samsung has included their brand new watch band with this. It's kind of like a wraparound clasp. I'm excited to give that a try, and this is a big boy. It reminds me of the Garmin Solar watches. Those are also extremely thick watches. Garmin watches are pretty much my metric when it comes to judging this device. The Garmin watches in regards to step tracking and fitness gear and information, and then the Huawei watch when it comes to functionality and smoothness and OS. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this device on and started, and we'll go ahead and see how this thing feels and works out for me. And so here we are with the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. I am loving it so far. I really like this band. The watch band really sets it off for me. It's very grippy, but it's very comfortable at the same time, so I wouldn't mind having a little my wrist sweat, or maybe wearing it overnight, which is something I've never done before. I'm going to try to do it with this watch. People are telling me that the sleep apps are really cool, so I'm going to try out all of those features, guys, with this new Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Battery is something that I'm looking forward to. The dip there that you see in the screen, it kind of bothers me a little bit because they got rid of the rotating bezel, and a lot of other watches that I use, they don't have such a dip screen with that raised bezel, but I can see why they did it. I can see why they have that on there like that, but hopefully it doesn't become encumbersome to try to maneuver around. So far it hasn't been. The watch face is big enough for me to use, and it seems pretty solid. The size and the thickness of the watch, I thought maybe it might be a little bit heavier, but the materials do seem to be fine. It's not all encumbersome to me at all, and it seems pretty lightweight so far. So I don't feel like any wrist fatigue or anything of that nature, despite the thickness of the device. So this is the LTE variant. I will be hopefully using it with the LTE. So far, right now, I have it just connected via Bluetooth. If you do intend to use this device with other phones, you will need to download a couple of different Samsung applications, such as the wearable app as well as the plugin app, just to use the basic functionality and features. If you want to be able to have a look at some of your other features, such as the Samsung Health applications and some of those fitness apps, I do recommend downloading that application as well. Currently using the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III connected with this watch, so I did download all three of those different apps in order to make sure I got the full functionality and use out of this device. So far so good. Give you guys an update hopefully here in the next few days, and peace. I'm out.